Warning, the following video contains spoilers for this past Monday's Raw. If you have not seen Raw, please turn away now. This is your final warning. I'm not kidding. Turn back now and come back later. Enjoy the video. A couple of championship rematches. Also, the women had another great segment this week on Monday Night Raw. The Cruiserweights were back in action. Seth Rollins was looking for revenge from Clash of Champions. And the fallout from Cesaro versus Sheamus' no contest at Clash of Champions. These are my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. Let's go! How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and welcome to yet another edition of my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw. This time it is for 9/26/2016. So without further ado, let's get going. Number 5 this week, Rusev versus Roman Reigns Part 2. This time you have Roman Reigns as United States Champion, and you have Rusev as the challenger. Good opening match. I think it went for a good 15 to 20 minutes, and it ended in a double countout, so it looks like this storyline is going to continue. It's two powerhouses. I mean, you've got Roman Reigns right now in a really good spot, in my opinion. You know, he's not in the main event. People still don't like him, and I understand that because he was kind of shoved down our throats there for a while. But, you know, right now he's in a really good spot. He's not in the main event picture. And it's just a really good spot for both of them, and I think this could be a really, really good rivalry to push both of these superstars. Number 4 this week, the women's segment with Sasha and Charlotte. It's going to set up a rematch next week in Los Angeles, and here's my problem with that. They've already faced each other a lot. Can they keep the momentum this time around from their previous matches? Now, true, they haven't faced each other quite as much as Sheamus and Cesaro did over the last 2 months. But still, they face each other quite a bit. And it's, unless you have that kind of chemistry with somebody, which I think they do, it's hard to keep that kind of chemistry and keep the fans interested in that storyline for so long. So it'll be interesting to see how much the fans are interested in it next week. Number 3 this week, the Cruiserweight tag team match plus the singles match. They always amaze, no doubt about it. The Cruiserweights are the highlight for me on Monday Night Raw. Number 2 this week, Seth Rollins continuing his storyline with Kevin Owens. Even though he did hurt his ribs at Clash of Champions, he still showed up looking for a fight. You gotta respect that about Seth Rollins. I like what they're doing with him and Kevin Owens. And coming in at number 1 this week, the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson Part 2. Great tag team match. Kofi got busted open the hard way when he ran into the steel steps. But overall, it was a good match, and new number 1 contenders were named early in the night. That was a great match. It was my number 1 simply for the fact that Kofi Kingston got busted open during that match the hard way. I mean, he was bleeding all over the place, and he still finished the match. So, it was a great overall match, and I absolutely loved it. Let's get to my honorable mentions for this week. My first honorable mention for this week, no match 8 for Cesaro and Sheamus. Instead, they'll be challenging together for the tag team titles. I have no idea. I mean, honestly, these two guys just basically destroyed themselves for a little over 2 months, and now they're a tag team. Makes no sense to me whatsoever. The creative team in WWE boggles my mind sometimes. I will say this, they're probably a more formidable tag team than Slater and Rhino on SmackDown. It's true. My other honorable mention for this week, Corey Graves' comment about the inflatable tube men things that Bayley uses during her entrance. He said, from now on, I'm bringing darts to work. That made me laugh so hard. I don't know why. It was a funny comment. It was just an off-the-wall comment. I mean, it was... I don't know. It was just so quick and so spot on. It just made me laugh. I don't know. Let's check out some pros and cons for this week. My pro for this week. Really good action this week. Like, I couldn't find a bad match this week. I really couldn't. My con for this week. Stop with the celebrity guest. I understand P. Diddy from a few weeks ago because he's involved with the WWE 2K17 video game. I get that. That makes sense. But Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson don't make sense. They have absolutely no business on Raw. All they're doing is taking away from the actual wrestling. That's it. Stop with the celebrity guest stuff. Stop. That's just takes away from the actual show. It's fine if you want to use it for like the tribute to the troops or stuff like that. But not on a weekly show like Raw or SmackDown. Stop. Just stop. And that's going to do it for my top 5 favorite moments from Monday Night Raw for this week. Check back tomorrow for my top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live. And if you haven't yet, go check out my latest pay-per-view review, WWE Clash of Champions, right here. And I have a new monthly subscriber challenge right here. Go check that out. Well, I say monthly. You've only got a couple of weeks. But go check both of those out for me. God bless you. My name is Brandon Duchair Craven. I'm down for the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Roller Wrestling Review YouTube channel. See you later, everybody.